So assuming an upward sloping curve, the lowest rate is the par rate, followed by the spot rate, followed by the forward rate. So that's really what you want to try and memorize here. If you've got an inverted curve, of course, it's the other way around. With an inverted par rate curve, the spot rate is below the par rate and the forward curve is the lowest of the three. Now, if you want to try and understand why that's happening, first of all, let me say that par rates are pretty close to spot rates. So where they're going to start differing is really at longer maturities. That's where the difference will become a bit more noticeable. And secondly, why are forward rates in this case higher than spot rates? Well, remember that you can think of a long-term spot rate as an average of shorter-term forward rates. As an example of that, if I said R1 is 4 and R2 is 5, what I can say here is, yes, I've got an upward sloping spot rate curve, but this 5% for the 2-year period, okay, let's have 0 and 2. I'm essentially making 5% over 2 years. So 5 in year 1 and 5 in year 2. But that's an average, my friends. That's an average. So if I actually look at the individual rates, I only made 4% in year 1. So how am I able to average 5% over 2 years? The only way I can do this is if the rate that I earned in the second year is actually higher. In this case, that'll be 6% because the average of 4 and 6 is 5. So if your spot rate curve is upward sloping, it means mathematically that the forward rate must be higher in order to bring that average up. And vice versa, with a downward sloping curve, the forward rate must be below the spot rate in order to bring the average down.